Welcome back everyone, Brett here, altitude scale modeling. I got before me, straight from Hong Kong, Great Wall Hobby's new F-15E Strike Eagle, dual roles fighter, 148 scale, kit number L4822, new targeting pod, ground attack weapons. Whenever a new Great Wall Hobby kit comes out, I get a tingly sensation all over, because they're just such nice kits. There's some of the new parts, decal sheets, photo-etch, warnings. There's one of the schemes. This one is Mad Hatter's, maybe? Yeah, because I think the airline's Lakenheath Air Force Base, UK. Anyway, there are several F-15s made by Great Wall Hobby in both 48 and 72nd scale, and they're all great kits. This just arrived yesterday. Let's check it out. Alright. So we've got one bag full of ground attacks weapons, I'm guessing. 10 sprues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clear parts, 6 fuselage parts and a bunch of other parts, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, around 13 to 15 sprues of stuff, decals, photo-etch, instructions, color call out, sprue map. So let's start. On the knife, in case I need it. Here, lower fuselage, ejector seats, and other goodies. Now, if you ever looked at or built any of Great Wall Hobby's other F-15s, some of these parts will be the same. But as you can see, lower fuselage right here, beautifully exquisite detail. Rivets, nice landing gear bay detail, access hatches. Put together and protected very well by this huge sprue here. The detail. Outstanding. Great Wall Hobby just knows what they're doing. They don't put out a lot of kits, but when they do, they sure do make them worthwhile. Here we have us couple fuel tanks, matching sprues, 2 fuel tanks. These are the underwing or under fuselage fuel tanks, the ejectable ones. Here, and this was all in the bag with the lower fuselage half. The E Strike Eagle is a 2-seat F-15 as opposed to the other F-15s, which are all single-seat combat aircraft. So that means we have 2 ejector seats, matching sprues, beautiful. You may not even need to change to resin because these look so good. And just the detail on that. Give it a good paint, good wash, throw in a good dry brushing. Here we have, looks like a strut for the front landing gear. I think this is a part that holds the front half of the fuselage into the main body of the fuselage. A couple of antennas, and you've got the Gatling gun, which actually, if this will show it, is drilled out. Another one of those nice touches. Great Wall Hobby Lion Roar do. They take pride. And I'll say I'd rather have one amazing kit every few months than 10 mediocre kits once a week. Let's open this. We've got 2 nose cones rolling around loose in there. Front fuselage halves, landing gear bay doors. Looks like fuselage wells where the canopy goes. And they use these loud crinkly bags. So we've got 2 noses. One smooth, one with ridges, ribbed. For your pleasure. Looks like they should have been together. Like this. Probably onto here. But because this isn't twisted, I'm thinking they were cut off before they went in the bag. Because there's no twisting of where the attachment points were. So, 2 separate noses, so you're going to be looking for different versions. You've got open bay in the front of the fuselage. Here's the doors. There's the 2 instrument panels. There's where the canopy's going to go. There's the radar. Side panels. Control sticks. I'm thinking these are front wheel bay doors. You've got another instrument panel here. And this is part of the front landing gear bay. Some hoses, I'm thinking. This is probably part that holds the canopy open. Center ring for the canopy. On this side, we have ejector pin marks on here, so I'm thinking these are not gear bay doors. These are inside panels for the fuselage. And they put the ejector pin marks inside because it's going to be glued in. And then, of course, more. This probably is part of the front landing gear bay. So, you can see really good rivet detail, paneling detail. And then a detail in the electronics bay on that side. There's the radar dish with its intricate detail. 2 of the instrument panels. Inside of these doors, there is possibly, these are probably ejector pin marks. These may not be. I'd have to look at my F-15E Eagle book. There's the back of the radar dish. And then here's the other instrument panel. You can see a big difference between it and those 2. And then there's the inside of the fuselage parts. Very detailed sprue. And look at some wings. And elevators. Back of the fuselage, speed brake. These are probably main landing gear doors. Elevators, tops of the wings, maybe. Maybe the bottoms of the wings, let's see. No, tops of the wings. Looks like you've got maybe workable flaps and slats, maybe not. And then inside of the speed brake, inside of the gear doors, all looks good. No ejector pin marks. Everything here, flush. So it should fit okay. Big tabs for connecting the 2 wings together. But you can see the detail inside the doors. Inside the speed brake. Tails, elevators are one piece. Very nice detail on top of the wings. And then part that goes behind the fuselage, sorry, the canopy. Alright. And of course I was wrong, those were the bottoms of the wings. Oh, you live and learn. So this is the top of the wings with one of the flaps out. And some pylons, and two of the tails with the rudders. So you do have control surfaces that are movable, positionable. Pylons are beautiful, one piece. I'm not sure what these two parts are, but there's no burring on those round parts. The other side, same thing, smoothing here. Tips of the wings are one piece. Tails. Anti-static dischargers on the back. Rudders. Flaps one piece. Lots and lots of riveting over the whole thing. This is not going to be a small aircraft. And, you know, most of us have built F-15s in one form or another over the years. And we know they're pretty big aircraft. This one has the conformal fuel tanks on it. And the cockpit tub. Another section behind where the canopy, the speed brake goes. So again, another variant. Weight on wheels, which is amazing. Another two doors, which has got no ejector pin marks. Pylons. More pylons. But the conformal fuel tanks look beautiful. There's from that view. There's the detail. Just like the rest of the kit. Rivets, panel lines. Let's see, access hatches. There's no rivets on these, probably because they're composite. And then there's the cockpit tub with wonderful detail. The other part of the back of the canopy in the front of the speed brake. There's the weight on wheels. You can see, nice bulge in those. That looks like an oxygen hose. Or some type of hose. It's really nice. Right there. Detail on it. Inside the doors. Burn. All this you see, no burring, no flash. Wonderful, crisply molded. A joy to look at. Here, we have matching sprues, which are the engines. Now, I'm sure you can cut open an access panel. Maybe there's a trolley. Display an engine, I don't know yet, but the detail in these engines is outstanding. And here's your 4 parts for your exhaust. And main first stage compressors, afterburner ring. Just, I mean, look at the protection they put on that, and then the detail on that part, and on the engines. And the exhaust nozzle. Both sides, inside and outside. So nice, like I said, matching sprues, because it obviously has 2 engines. Here we have our intakes. So, 2 full-length intakes, lots of ejector pin marks inside. They're going to be cleaned up. There are many videos on how to make these seamless. So go check one of them out if you want to. Or you can probably buy, or will be able to buy, some resin seamless ones. But a little work, a little sanding, a little filler, you'll be able to make those seamless just fine. These are the tops of the intakes, the sides of the intakes. Maybe it's got FOD covers, but I think this is the adjustment panel inside to control the airflow when it goes supersonic. But again, check out those attachment points. And these nice big pins are going to fit into those. And the detail, just like the rest of the fuselage. Wonderful. 2 sprues of those, plus the intakes. And we've got us some laser guided bombs, some Sprue missiles, Sidewinder missiles, pylons, rocket pod maybe. But again, great detail. These Sprue missiles are in one piece. Sidewinders aren't. But, you know, if you're going to do the ground attack version, you're probably not going to use many missiles, but you'll use a laser guided bomb. But the detail, you know, drilled out. Same on the sidewinders. It's all just looking very good. There's the detail on the pylons. How can you argue with that? Level of detail. The price. I got it from Lucky Models in Hong Kong. The price of the kit was $54.99. The cost of shipping was $20, I think. The whole thing was under $80, which for a kit of this quality in this day and age is remarkable. I'm sure it'll be available in the US soon. These are more matching sprues with more pylons, fuel tank pylons, weapons pylons. But the detail, it just keeps going and going and going. So the cost of it direct from Hong Kong was not outrageous. The cost in America, I don't know, are there tariffs on plastic model kits? I don't know. Here we have one of the new targeting pods. I do not know the name of this targeting pod, but the detail is exquisite. Here you have some more flaps and ailerons and some more intakes for the engines, maybe for one of the other variants. And here you have main landing gear, front landing gear, another instrument panel, 2 more instrument panels, 2 more side panels, combing. I do not see any burring on the side of these. Oh, well, this is going to show it, but no burring on the side of the landing gear legs. There's another instrument panel, and another instrument panel, and 2 more side panels, and the front wheel. So, I'm assuming these are new parts for this kit. I could be wrong. Should never assume anything. And wow, except for this bag of, wow, it's even stapled. That's so Tamiya-like. This bag of ground attack weapons. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9 sprues, most of them matching a clear part, which will go on one of these weapons parts. There's another targeting pod, I assume. These are pylons, and there's 4 of those. These are bombs, and there's 4 of those. Let's open one bag. Oh, it's, like I said, stapled, Tamiya-esque. Nicely detailed bombs with their own racks, the rear ends of them. So there's 4 sprues of these as well. So this whole bag contained weapons, pylons, targeting pod. There you go. Clear parts. So you've just got one canopy, one front windscreen, one heads-up display, a couple of lights, yeah, it's kind of stuck in there, but you can see there's another clear plastic thing right here protecting it. It's kind of bent over. And I gotta be careful because I don't want to ruin it, but look how crystal clear that is. That's amazing how clear that is. I'm not taking this off all the way because I want to protect it. So I'm going to just put that right back on there. Put that right back in the bag. Take out whatever that loose piece is. Put this back in the bag. Because as clear and clean as that is, I ain't touching that until it goes on. This looks like a sprue gate part, but I'm going to put it in the box just to be safe. Decals, which is those stencils and weapons decals. Photo-etch. Resealable bag. Check it out. I'm not sure if these are cartograph or not, but they're labeled nice. Made in China, this sheet. As you see, it says stencils, front cockpit, rear cockpit, drop tanks. It's labeled very well. GBUs, wingtip formation lights, landing gear, fuselage side pylons, AIM 120, AMRAM, and Qs. That'll be easy to do. This one, also made in China, so no, they're not cartograph. I mean, they look good. They're cut real close. Not a lot of carrier film where the refueling part goes. There is no carrier film in that hole, which is always nice. And you got your squadron markings. You got Lake and Heath, which I'm guessing these are all from. But you can see, very nice. You can read it all. It's all very legible. Crisp and clean. There is decal film between the L and N, as you can see, but there's none inside that refueling probe part. Not fart, part. PE. No need to take it out, but it's thick. Afterburner rings. No seat belts. A few other parts. And I'm sure the existing Edward Great Wall Hobby photo-etch seat belts for the other F-15s will fit on there just fine. So like an empty bag, I guess the PE was probably in it. So, put those away, keep them safe. Here, you have a massive single sheet sprue map layout in color. Decals, photo-etch, GBU 39s, parts runners, BRU AQ 33s, and there are grayed out areas of parts you won't use, because like I said, there are 2 versions in here. One may be the original and then one is the 2-seat. And color callouts, starting with dual row fighter with targeting pods and attack weapons. So what you've got going on here are your basic stencils, insignias. You've got MIG paints right there, but you also have the FS number, so you'll be able to figure that out. This side, more insignia and stencils, two different 1301 or 1312, depending on which one you're going to do. So 301 or 312. One is Mad Hatters from Lincoln Heath. One is the 48th Fighter Wing, Al Dafra Air Base, United Arab Emirates. So, very nice as well. You could even frame that hanging up if you wanted to. And we have directions, which the outer page of the directions is free. And I love that. I wish there was a print of that. You start with the seats, the cockpit of course. There's an actual picture of what that instrument panel should look like when it's turned off. It won't have all these colors on it. Base panel, the instrument panel, paint C317, gauges, flat black. Actually it says Fallet black, but we won't hold that against them. I skipped that, but there's the color callouts. Now these color callouts have Mr. Color and MIG and AFS numbers. So that's handy in case you don't want to use one or the other. And then you've got the highly detailed full cockpit, and again, instrument panels, all the decals, and how to paint it. This one does say flat, but they spelled gauges wrong on that one. That's okay. You can have the nose radome open or closed. And it's only showing the use of one nose, so that other nose is probably part of the single seat version of this. Intakes, drilling holes, keep an eye on that. There's some PE for the formation lights. Putting everything on the upper wing first, upside down. There's putting the intakes together. There's your engines going together. And PE going into the afterburner ring going on there, the exhaust nozzles. There's a completed engine twice. No stand for keeping one out. Two wing halves going together. There's that part I showed you. That said connects everything, and you see there's the hole right there. So go through there, and you're going to connect this into there. Oops. This main front fuselage part into this part right here. And it's going to help support it. And intakes going on. You can have them apparently one or two ways, lowered or raised. There's the lowered, there's the raised. Engines going in. I guess you want to see the engines, you're going to have to figure out which panels to cut open. So a little PE in the back. Canopy, open or closed. If it's open, you use that. If it's not open, you don't use that. See? Just like that, but you put it together the same way. Same with the air brake, open or closed. Tails with positional rudder, antennas. Apparently there's right and there's left. There's two different tops on there. Be sure to pay attention to that. There's the wheels. There's a cutting off part here. I'm not sure if that's to have it open or closed, or if it's supposed to be cut off all the time. W38, W38, 39. Here it's showing them whole. So maybe if you close them, you have to cut them up. And see, here's cutting tabs off and keeping them in one piece when you're closing them. I don't know. Pay attention to that when you're putting it together. Doors on the electronics bay, open or close, again cutting the tabs off if you're closing them. Mine will be on the ground, so it'll probably be open. Here's a picture of the electronics bay with the front nose cone open. Conformal fuel tanks going on the bottom with the pylons attaching there. So here's attaching all the pylons. And here's your auxiliary tank, weapons, sparrows, sidewinders. There is the loadout with the bombs, the GBU-39s. Sniper targeting pod. And there's weapons assembly 1, which is showing the GBU-39s, the fuel tanks, and the targeting pods. And here's all your decals for your pylons and your fuel tank. There's your color call-out for your sniper pods, your weapons, your pylons, your fuel tanks. And here's that loadout. As you see, there are no... Yeah, there are, right on the sides. There's got some Sidewinder there, Sparrow there. And this is weapons assembly 2. So you could pick which one you want. Do you want... Well, no, I think it says weapons assembly 1, but I think that's just a step to putting it together. Because all those are going on there, including the missiles, the bombs. Anyway, maybe it's just showing how it should look. So, 19 steps all finished. And there you have your weapons, and that's fully loaded bad boy. Air-to-air and ground-to-air combat. Air-to-ground combat. Close that back up. I think we've seen it all. There you go. Look at that beautiful artwork. So, Great Wall Hobbies. Newest F-15 Strike Eagle. There have been other 48 scaled Strike Eagles. Revell's got a good one. This probably supersedes it. Tammy's got one that I know is outdated. I'm not sure if Hasegawa has a Strike Eagle or not, but anyway, this is Great Wall Hobby. You don't hear many complaints about them because there aren't many complaints about them. So, tell me what you think. Good looking bunch of plastic. It's going to be very time consuming, very detailed build. Their translator is hideous because I'm sure that's supposed to say several Strike Eagles, so we know those words are spelled wrong. I'm reading it, hold on, if there's any more. Yes, the model makers can make models of new munitions and, one word, targeting pods with this kit. So anyway, if that's your biggest complaint, that they don't know how to spell and they don't know how to punctuate, then hell, you've got a great kit here. I'm recommending it. I'm going to build it next year sometime because this year's all filled up because I'm about to start my Hobby Boss SU-34. Here's my World War I very first biplane. That's in that stage. And I got my muscle car over there for the ISM muscle card build. So, I have a full plate ahead of me. And I am looking forward to this though. Thanks for watching. And I still have my Airfix 172, which the next part goes up this weekend, so keep an eye out. Thanks for watching. You may be a kit collector, but be a kit builder. You may be a hoarder, but be a kit builder. Just be a kit builder. Thanks for watching.